Learning multiple skills is good, but doing everything at once is quite harmful. In the first year of my college, I had started to search for freelance gig along with running a documentary channel. That requires hours of research and heavy editing. At the same time, I was managing my college studies and assignment, and even I did not stop here. I was also preparing for another exam that demanded hours of focused effort every day. Hearing this routine, most people would say it's totally unrealistic. But at that time, I failed to realize that. I never stopped and asked myself a simple question: what am I actually doing? The moment I realized, the game changed for me. I know many of you are currently struggling with the same problem that I once struggled with. Following an unrealistic routine feels productive, but it silently destroys you. This video is not going to be any ordinary video. This is an alarm for people who are trapped in the illusion of productivity. By the end of this video, you will get a clear vision of how productivity actually looks like. What is a feasible amount of work that can actually bring meaningful results to your life? You don't need more time to become productive. You just need to use your time differently. In the next few minutes, I will show you 3 simple yet very effective techniques that can completely change the way you manage your day. If you zoom in further, then you will notice that my daily routine was even more complicated than it appears. I was not just freelance. I was constantly searching for clients, finding their email address or social media accounts, reaching out to them and sending cold emails. That process alone was stressful. At that time, I was working hard to improve my skills and gain more expertise. Content creation was not as simple as making video. It involves hours of research, editing, filming, reading a script, remembering and delivering it naturally in front of the camera. It's much harder than it looks. And in fact, right now I'm sweating a lot while shooting this video. On top of that, spending 1 or 2 hours on college studies was not enough. Learning DSA, coding and other academic subjects demands long hours of high focused work. In fact, cognitive load theory tells us that our brain is extremely limited in both capacity and duration. And if you try to process too much information at the same time, it becomes harder to understand, remember, and learn effectively. Then one day I sat down and asked myself one simple question: why am I working so hard but getting almost nothing in return? It was neither bad luck nor lack of talent. The real problem, I was chasing an unrealistic goal, doing multiple things at once without giving any single one of them enough time and effort to actually grow. Here is something most people never explain properly. Our brain is not built to master many skills at the same time. But when we keep switching between tasks every day, our brain never gets that deep practice. It only touches the surface level and it never goes deep. So we end up knowing many things but being good at none of them. This is the real meaning behind the old saying, jack of all trades, master of none. The real talent is not learning all 5 skills together, but learning one skill so well that you can leverage it across multiple fields. Today, Virat Kohli has brand deals, investment, business, and massive influence, but he did not master all of those from the beginning. He spent years mastering cricket, and the rest followed. I used to think I was unlucky when I saw other students of my age making professional thumbnails, editing production level videos, and I thought maybe this is not for me. But I never asked myself this real question: did I give enough time to actually learn this skill? Did I focus on one thing for many months without quitting? Did I really put in deep effort or just surface level effort? Did I carefully study how professional creators build their work step by step? The honest answer was simple, yet a little painful. I lacked the depth in every field. Once I understood this, I made one hard decision. I stopped doing multiple things at once. I picked a proper direction. I narrowed my focus. And here the game totally changed. If you feel busy all day but still don't get the important things done, then pay close attention. These 3 techniques can help you take back control of your time. The Eisenhower metric. There are 2 lines. One is horizontal and another one is vertical, and a square consisting of 4 quadrants. The horizontal line separates tasks based on their time pressure, whereas the vertical line separates the task based on their impact on future. Now let's understand the quadrants in detail. In the first slot, you will put on the work which are important as well as urgent, like your primary task. In the second slot, you will put on the work that are important but not urgent. Maybe you are preparing for something which is required in the future. In the third slot, you will put the work which are urgent but not important, like you are attending a meeting where your presence is not really necessary. In the fourth slot, you will place the work that are neither important nor urgent. These are kind of work that usually drains your time, like random scrolling. By using these metrics, you can group your work according to their importance. Here is another rule which I personally admire the most, that is the Pareto principle. 80-20 rule. The Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, states that for many events, roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. Like in any business, the 80% of the total profit is generated by 20% of the customers. So instead of focusing on many things to get a big result, focus on the one thing that gives most of the result. The third rule comes the 1-3-5 rule. It will help you to plan your to-do list all the tasks for the day and separate the task by size. Then use the 1-3-5 rule. Do one major task. Complete your biggest and most important task first. Since it is done early in the day, you can work on it with your highest energy and focus. Once it is finished, the rest of the day feels much lighter and easier to manage. After finishing the major task, do 3 medium tasks. You can work on them with a clear mind because you no longer have to worry about the biggest task of the day. Once all your important tasks are done, you can do 5 minor tasks. If your life feels messy and unorganized, these techniques can help you bring things back under control. The video ends here. I hope you like this video. Till then, take care.